Alright, well, I wanted to make this video to explain the origin story of how I got my Xbox Gamertag. As to why I wanted to make this video, it's because I had remembered that I had included my Xbox Gamertag in the description of a lot of my old videos, and also, if I'm not remembering incorrectly, when I made Fortnite videos, my gamer tag should have showed up in those. And in the future, if I make any Warframe videos, which I plan on doing plenty of those, my gamer tag should show up in those videos. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's a part of the UI in those two games. But anyways, I am sorry. I cannot think of anything to say right now for no apparent reason. My train of thought is just like majorly derailed. I don't even remember what the video is about at the moment. Okay. Origin story of my gamer tag. Okay, yeah, that's what this video is supposed to be about. Sorry for that. I don't think that has ever happened in a video before, but it'll probably happen again at some point. So I just don't really feel like deleting this video at this point because I already did once. So I think I'm just gonna roll with it and keep this going. I don't really care that much if it makes me look bad. It's just issues with my brain. And I really don't want to hide them because I think it's important for me not to feel so isolated about them. And anyways, back to the topic of this video, origin story of my Xbox gamer tag. I thought that it would be important to make this video because even though it may not be super necessary now, if I don't go ahead and make it and get it out of the way, then at some point in the future, if I end up getting enough subscribers and if my channel ever gets popular enough, then some people may start to wonder certain things about my channel, and they may have all sorts of questions, and I thought instead of just waiting till then to do this Q&A revealing it all or making these like big reveal videos, that I just go ahead and get some of these things out of the way. That way, if anybody happens to care about this stuff, they'll see it, or maybe they won't and somebody else can direct them to it, and if not, and somehow a bunch of people in the future end up wondering about these things even though I've already made videos about them, and for whatever reason they didn't seem to find these videos on their own or with the help of another person, then I think I would make a video pointing these things out, a short little video pointing these things out to people, or at least mention it in one of my videos, so that hopefully people would be able to have their questions answered without me having to redo what I've already done. Certain things like this, I don't want to keep people waiting for too long if it ever becomes something that they care about. I don't want to hide it. I don't want to lie about it. These things are not that big of a deal to me, so I think it's better to just go ahead and get them out of the way. It also gives me opportunities to make simple, easy videos That way I have a bunch of ideas for videos that are very easy for me to make that I can start out with before I make more complex videos. And I thought that that was important because despite certain ideas that I have, I don't really think it would be a good idea to try and do them all at the moment, because not only would that be too much for me to do at one time, but it would also be things that I'm not that skilled with at the moment, and things that require more creativity than I can probably just have whenever I want to. In other words, I'd have to wait for the right timing, because if I didn't, then my mind would not be in a great state to be able to make those videos. I'd be too tired out or stressed out or whatever. And so I think it's better for me to start out with the more simple, easy videos, because I'm still rusty at making videos, and I want to be able to make them more to my liking rather than having to worry about not doing as well as I'd like to be able to do. But I've already had some issues with making videos here recently, and for anybody that's seen that, I don't think it would be that hard to understand as to why I don't want to go ahead and make the more complex videos for a while. I want to wait at least another month before I do that. Actually, preferably, I'd rather get through the holidays before that, so probably not till January at the least. But I might try to make at least one more complex video just to see how well I'll do at it. Anyways, even though I have a capture card, I still haven't really used that yet. Oh yeah, the main topic of the video. Sorry about that. I don't want to go too much on a tangent about something not directly related to the video, even if it is important and has something to do with the video that might be important. I still want to get back to the main focus. My Xbox Gamertag I got from the game 007 GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. I haven't actually watched the movie yet. I just played the game when I was a little kid. I played that with my brother and his friends, and we had a lot of fun with the multiplayer. I liked to use the cheats for it. I never really, as a kid, managed to actually get through all the levels legitimately, but I did manage to have a lot of fun with it using the cheats. And even as an adult, I've actually got to play it on my Xbox because it was added via the Rare Replay thing for their anniversary thing they had going on. Couldn't remember how many years that it was, but anyways, they had that, and so I got to play it. I wanted to get all the achievements, but unfortunately I had difficulties with that, and I took a break from it. I don't know if I'll ever try to do that again, but I got most of the achievements. I beat all the levels on 00 Agent difficulty, and I had a lot of fun with it. That was my first-person shooter game that introduced me to that genre. That was probably the case for a lot of people, and it was overall a really fun game that I'm glad that I got to play. And when I had actually got to make my Xbox Gamertag several years ago, that's what idea I came up with. I couldn't really think of much other than that, so I went with GoldenEye 255 because GoldenEye 007 was already taken. Actually, before that, I had a previous profile. I think it was called GoldenEye 855 instead of 255. And then before that, I had another profile. But pretty much both of those profiles, I had gotten booted offline. I don't know why or how exactly that happened. I just know somehow that it happened. And so after I had made my GoldenEye 255 profile, I had decided that not only was I done making profiles for that reason, but I was also done with having finally figured out that I was actually getting booted offline, because I did not know what was happening at the time. And so once I finally figured that out and finally figured out how to combat it, I stuck with the GoldenEye 255 profile. And so that's the profile that I still mainly use today. And I just noticed that the video went longer than I intended it to. So I'm going to try to carry it on to the 15-minute mark. As to why, because I like my videos being multiples of 5. As to why I like my videos being multiples of 5, as far as the minute mark is concerned, not entirely sure why. I know this may seem stupid and may not make sense. It doesn't entirely make sense to me either. It's not like I'm going to die or anything if the video is not ending with a multiple of 5 for the minute mark, but it's just something I like to do for organizational reasons. It's also a way to try and pace myself, and also allow me to not just cut off the video whenever, because I'm afraid that if I do that I will do that and then immediately afterwards realize, oh, I forgot to say this, and then have to redo the video, because at this moment I don't really know how to edit one video in order to include like another video added onto it. I used to be able to do that with compilations on my Xbox because of this thing called Upload Studio, but now I don't have that. And so I don't actually have a thing set up that will allow me to do that. The most I can do is trim the video, and I don't really have a use for that at this point in time. Anyways, my gamer tag, I thought about changing it to my YouTube channel name, but I don't think I'll do that anytime soon, because I really don't want to confuse my friends. I have friends that will easily get confused about my gamer tag and remembering who I am if I change my gamer tag. In fact, I have a friend that I talk to quite often that would get confused about who I am if I just changed my gamer tag. So, for that reason, I do not want to change my gamer tag anytime soon. And might not ever actually change it. But that's pretty much all I really have to say about the origin story of my gamer tag. And so the next video I plan on making is about the origin story of my channel name. So yeah, that's it for this video. Peace.